Hi everybody. So we are going to do a plotting example. So we will plot the ideal gas law. If you guys remember that, it is pressure times volume equals moles times a constant times temperature. And let's analyze the behavior of different solutions with different amount of moles of any certain chemical or compound. And so let's plot it from 200 to 500 Kelvin and with two different moles to a factor of two different. And let's walk through this. So the first thing that you need to do when you are going to be working with NumPy or matplotlib.py plot is you have to import them. You have to import them just once per like session that you're coding. So you import it once and then you don't have to import it again until you like quit the application or wherever you're coding on. So right here, this line creates an array, right? As Iksha was talking about. So we're going from 200 to 500, and then this 60 is how many divisions there will be, right? So I made it 60, and 60 looks pretty good. But as you go along, you can edit. And so let's say 60 wasn't enough. I just have to go back up to that line and change that value. So then right here we have our two equations that we're using. So our first one is using 12 moles. This is our R constant and this is our volume. And it was just rearranged from the original equation. So pressure is equal to nRT divided by V. And so we have nR and divided by V and times our temperatures. So this will create or do these calculations onto each value in temps so that it creates a new array that is just like, if you think about it, temps is like the X array and P1 and P2 are going to be like the Y arrays of values. So when you do the next line, plt.plot, it matches those values and we'll plot them along here. And so you do the X and then the Y, and then we have R dot and B dot. So these are our codes for what we want our lines to look like. I think it defaults to a blue solid line. So that would be B hyphen or B dash. And then these labels we use add to specify what like is that line so that we can display a legend too. So then we add our title, plot that or plt.title, easy, just adds it right away. Temperature on the X label, pressure on the Y label, and then our legend. So location is lower right. I chose lower right because upper right would be interfering with data. Shadow equals true. This is just a artistic kind of thing. It gives that little line, that shadow right there. And font size small, just be when I was testing it, that's what looked best. And then show my plot. And so this is the final image, but as if you're coding in a compiler that runs line by line, you will slowly construct your plot instead of just having it all at once. But there's other compilers that will, you have the chance to put all your code in and then run it. So then you just get your finished plot at once, which you might have to go back and edit then by doing that. or you can edit in real time if it's kind of line by line running.